from defending his bantamweight champion title to a prospective bout with the current champion. This is how Sterling's win at UFC 292 could set up this mega fight. Fight fans, are you ready? Because the octagon is going to explode with adrenaline-pumping action. In mixed martial arts, every victory can be a stepping stone toward greatness, but the stakes are higher than ever when it comes to Aljamain Sterling. As UFC 292 approaches, Sterling finds himself standing on the edge of destiny. If he can secure the win in this pivotal showdown, the stage will be set for an earth-shattering mega fight that will leave fans gasping for breath. The anticipation is palpable. The tension is electric, as the MMA world eagerly watches to see if Sterling will seize the opportunity to etch his name in the books of combat sports history. Will he be victorious and claim his rightful place among the elite? So prepare yourselves, because if Aljamain Sterling triumphs at UFC 292, the stage could potentially be set for a clash of titans to rock the fighting world to its core. As we prepare for the moment, hold on to your fight night snacks because the Octagon is heading back to Boston in a whirlwind of action. Brace yourselves for the showdown at UFC 292, set to take place at TD Garden on August 19th. Get ready for a slugfest like no other as the reigning bantamweight champion, the unstoppable Aljamain Sterling, jumps right back into the fray. But wait, it gets even better. Sterling's opponent is none other than the sensational Sean O'Malley, who is among the top 5 in the bantamweight division according to the UFC rankings.
With about a minute to go.
Ooh, O'Malley looks crisp. That front kick up the middle.
But Sterling isn't worried about the match at all. He says, and if Dana stacks this card, that's a good motivator in itself to be on a big card because you don't get pay-per-view points if you're not the champ. So it's like, there's a lot of things that go into this, and with a guy like O'Malley, what's this guy going to do to me? Really? The odds seem to be stacked in Sterling's favor as well. But hey, you never know what could happen in a match like this. Never count out the underdog. Ever heard of a human wrecking ball disguised as a fighter? Well, say hello to Aljamain Sterling's opponent, Sean O'Malley. He currently has 15 wins, with 10 of those coming by way of knockouts. O'Malley is a true knockout artist, delivering blows that send his opponents crashing to the canvas with a force harder than Mach 9. Mind games, feints, and a touch of magic, that's Sean O'Malley's secret recipe for success inside the cage. This guy is a master manipulator, constantly toying with his opponents' minds before unleashing his devastating arsenal. O'Malley throws in feint after feint, luring his rival into a false sense of security. He smoothly transitions from uppercut feints to lightning-fast jabs, keeping his foes guessing and off balance. And when his adversaries start to catch on, that's when O'Malley strikes. Just ask Eddie Wineland, who fell victim to this mind-bending tactic, unable to resist the bait. And who needs the ground when you've got lightning in your fists? While some critics may raise an eyebrow at his minimal ground game, O'Malley has proven time and time again that he doesn't need to take it to the mat to secure victory. It's a wise move from a self-defense perspective. In the unpredictable world of street fights, you never know what your opponent might have up their sleeve. By keeping the fight upright, O'Malley minimizes the risk involved, relying on his smart tactics. Standing tall at 5'11" with a reach of 72 inches, it's the small details that truly set him apart. Just like his mind games, O'Malley's footwork is a thing of beauty. He seamlessly transitions between orthodox and southpaw stances, dancing from left to right, leaving his opponents in a constant state of confusion. O'Malley keeps his adversaries at bay, using his long limbs to keep them at a distance, while he launches lightning-fast front kicks that land like a freight train. But even with all this fighting prowess, fans still believe that he shouldn't be getting a shot at a title because he shouldn't have won against Petr Yan. But he doesn't mind the hate. He responded by saying, "God damn, that was a war, that was a mental battle, and I knew that going in. It's not my fault. You guys want to go tell the refs, the judges, that I lost. You want to go tell Dana, tell whoever, but don't tell me. Save it, boys, because that's not what my record says." Quote, can O'Malley throw down with Sterling? Sterling has over 20 wins, with 3 by knockout and 8 by submission. Aljamain Sterling's fight style is like a whirlwind of strikes, keeping his opponents on their toes and guessing at every turn. Known for his busy and high-volume approach, Sterling unleashes a barrage of jabs and kicks, utilizing his impressive reach to keep his rivals at bay. However, Sterling's success lies in his ability to frustrate and confound his opponents. Take his showdown with Jimmy Rivera, for instance. By constantly pushing the pace and overwhelming his adversary, Sterling forces them into a defensive shell, preventing them from mounting any meaningful counterattacks. This man is a shapeshifter in the octagon, continually switching his stances while gliding laterally, leaving his opponents in the dust. But it's not just his elusive movements that make Sterling a pain to fight. Oh no, he's got an arsenal of dynamic kicks that will make your head spin. From snapping front kicks to traditional teeps and tie kicks that seamlessly transition into sneaky side kicks. This guy can attack from any angle. It's like he's the Bruce Lee of the bantamweight division.
Oh, he's over. Joe, it's over. He's going to sleep. He's going to go to sleep. Yep, he's going to go to sleep. He's going to tap.
Despite his high pace, Sterling struggles to maintain his stamina in the later rounds unless he has been winning the fight effortlessly. Sterling has also developed a grappling-heavy style of fighting. He can effortlessly transition from the bottom to the top with finesse and flair. He's not just good on his back, he's a top-notch grappler when the fight hits the mat. In the world of scrambles and takedowns, Sterling's funk wrestling background shines through. He's like a master of puzzle solving, always finding himself in superior positions by the end of the chaotic grappling exchanges. All his fighting prowess comes to life beautifully against names like TJ Dillashaw and Henry Cejudo. He isn't the champion for nothing. So what about the potential mega fight? Who would it be between? Well, if Sterling plays his cards right, a match between him and Alexander Volkanovski. It's no secret that Sterling is ready to take on featherweight behemoth Alexander Volkanovski. He had sketched a grand design, a two-fight roadmap that would ultimately lead him to a clash with the mighty Alexander and his coveted 145-pound title. But the plot twists. Sterling, after narrowly overcoming the formidable Henry Cejudo, he didn't call out Volk. Here are his thoughts on the matter. There's a reason why I didn't call him out, because it wasn't the performance that I wanted to have to keep him on notice. Let me do this one in a better fashion. There were a couple of technical things I did wrong, and instantly I was like, this is nowhere near the way I look in sparring, at all. Maybe it was because of the pressure Henry was bringing, or maybe I just miscalculated some of the sequences more than I should have, and I was just overthinking it. I've got to fix all these things because I can't go there and fight Volk like that because it would be a long, brutal night. It looks like he knows where his weaknesses are, and Volk is also down to fight, but he says, I think you have to give it to Sterling. Just don't call me out, lad. Get a bigger win and call me out on the next one. How amazing would it be if they agreed to a two-fight contract with both titles on the line? It would definitely be a match to see. But again, don't count out O'Malley, because if he wins, he'll get that shiny bantamweight champion title, putting a halt to any plans that Sterling may have had. But we'll figure out the results on August 19th. So, until then, from a prospective bout with the current champion to defend his bantamweight champion title, this was how Sterling's win at UFC 292 could set up this mega fight.